One two 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 two. Hey, my name is George. You're watching 757 Hustle Show. It is Monday, March 24th, 2025. Damn, we're in March. We're the end of March already. I gotta pay my bills. Hey man, it is the Monday Madness Show. We are live today. We're only on YouTube today. I got a special guest. She's gonna be it's a she. It's a she. Calm down, everybody. It's a she. Not Razor and Drag. It is a she. And we also have a special guest that's going to co-host with us on Monday Madness live stream. And let's see, we got Pierre Kelly. What's up, my man? Happy Monday afternoon, Raw. Yeah. We decided to jump on. Oh, spoilers. You know what? Let's just bring her on. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady is a great person. I've been on other live streams with her. She's funny as hell. She's got a lot to say. Maybe because she's a woman. I don't know. But known as a genius, a creative artist, passionate person, folks, the lovely and talented madam. First time on a 757 Hustle Show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, George. I thought we discussed earlier how you weren't going to mention the word genius.
Oh, the check cleared, so I could say all those things now. Your check was good. Yeah. Hey, thank you for being here, man.
Yeah.
First time. Yeah, it is a Monday, and you're on the West Coast, Midco area. What are you're? I don't know. You want to tell people where you're at, but you're in Arizona, or
I am West Coast. I'm in Arizona.
Arizona, right? So it's like lunchtime for you.
Perfect state to live in. It's sunny here all the time. Low taxes, and don't deal with any snow. No hurricanes, no tornadoes, and
whoa. Wait. I gotta pull the what on that. I was there, 2 weeks ago, and it was 30 degrees. It was 30 degrees and the winds were 50 miles per hour and there was snow there. I saw the news. I saw the local news. There was snow in northern Phoenix where people were sledding in shorts.
All right. Well, it's nice to have a little change, right? And we all appreciate that weather. It's so weird here in Phoenix. We're so used to the sun being out all the time that whenever it's overcast and like going to rain, people will walk around and like look at each other as strangers and be like, "Isn't it beautiful outside?" And people are like, "I know, it's so beautiful."
Yeah, it's nice when you live there. It's not nice when you just have flip-flops and shorts thinking you're going to be in the desert for the week. And then all of a sudden it's 30 miles. It was colder in Arizona than it was in Virginia, where we're from. And all of us, we were outside and we were like in a blanket. We're like, like naked and afraid, like dying, like, oh my God, this is the end. We did all this for a wedding and we're like freezing out there. I had to go to Walmart. We went to Walmart and to get some box wine for the wedding. And I had to get a hoodie. I bought myself a hoodie, I bought sweatpants, you know what I'm saying? And we're close to the border. The Walmart where we're at literally is like the first Walmart in America coming in from Mexico from there. So everything was all, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a Lucha Libre guy in my shirt, and stuff like it was freezing. Oh, by the way, I spoke about this on Razor Comics. For those who don't know, are you familiar with javelinas?
Javelinas.
Javelinas, yeah. Javelinas.
Yes, I am very familiar with them actually.
Yeah. So I've just, for those who don't know, I'll put up a video later, but javelinas are warthogs, like wild boars, but without the tusk sticking out, right? But they got monster fangs. Yeah, they got monster fangs. We rented an Airbnb. And you know what? Give me 1 second. I'll put it up real quick again. This is pretty funny. So we rented an Airbnb. We were in Nogales, Arizona. That's where the wedding was. And it literally is 15 to 20 miles away from the border. From the border of Mexico. So we rented so I don't know if you can see this on screen. So we rented Airbnb and the guy says, "Hey, look, we get he told us about the javelinas. They show up at night. They show up at the yard. I don't know if you can see that on the screen. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 6 of them right there. Right. And the Airbnb was great. My wife, her superpower is getting things on discount using coupons. That's her superpower. And she got this amazing Airbnb. And there was 10 of us there. Huge backyard. And you could see the whole desert. You can see the hills. You can see all the way Mexico. You can see everything. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, these guys all showed up. So these guys all showed up, and the landlord told us, the owner goes, hey, look, they're beautiful animals, they're cute, they're friendly, but there are wild animals, so don't touch them. Yeah, exactly, so don't touch them. Of course, there's always somebody in our party that wants to touch them. Some of us were scared, like she was scared. She was like, I was like, this is the person that's going to get us killed. And then my niece, decides to throw her 7-Eleven food. I was trying to tell her, I was like, all right, calm down a little bit. She's like, no. I'm like, yeah, you calm down. You're going to get us killed. And then I see something get thrown over there, and then the javelinas start getting closer towards us. And I'm like, what is that? And you'll see on the cement right there's a little piece, half a sandwich, and you see the guy smelling it right now, and he's like, oh, what is that? What is that? And I'm like, who threw the damn sandwich? And there's my niece. That's me.
She's the one gonna get everyone killed.
Yeah. But it was great. So for those who don't know, these are javelinas. These guys are all over the place in Arizona.
And they are notorious for like knocking over garbage cans on garbage day. When I was in Fountain Hills, that they would I would be throwing newspaper, and I would see a bunch of them, like a pack of them, and they'd be knocking over garbage cans, eating out of the garbage. And if I had seen that and that was me, I would have gotten a rope and tried to rope one, because that would have been fun.
Well, this is the crazy part. The guy tells us, and if you see the babies, be careful, because the mother's going to be around and she's going to be protective, right? Yeah. So two little babies came out, two little baby javelinas, They come out, and everybody's like, oh, look how cute the babies are. I'm thinking, oh, shit, the babies are out. That means the mom's going to be around. And in the distance, in the dark, we saw these monster ones that wouldn't come close. I mean, huge. They were like Volkswagens. Big fat boys that wouldn't come out of the dark. So now, with that being said, the night before, and when we got there, it was just me and my wife. I'm like, look, baby, look how nice this Airbnb, romantic. The whole house is Alexa. The whole house is like, Alexa, turn on the lights. Alexa, turn on the hot tub. Alexa, so I had to get used to that first. Not used to that. Because all the light switches wouldn't work. You literally had to say, Alexa, turn on the light in guest room 3, number 5, blah, 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 etc. So then first there, we're chilling in the backyard. And all you hear, for those who don't know, I'm a city guy, right? I'm originally from New York City. I live in Virginia now. So I'm not used to wildlife. Coyotes. Coyotes sound like crying babies at night.
They do.
That was the scariest shit we heard, man.
Yes, and in the morning, I live pretty far out. I live like next to a natural reserve or whatever. So like there's packs of coyotes around here. I regularly see coyotes on through my window, passing through my property, on the regular. And in the morning and at night, you can hear them all howling, and you can hear the babies howling, and you can hear them all in different spots of where you are. And, I love it.
So I'm thinking now, we got all these freaking Timon and Pumbas over here, right? We got all these Porky Pigs over here.
Yeah.
And then the night before, we heard coyotes, and now we got little babies. I'm telling everybody, going, yo, get ready, because I'm thinking a coyote's going to be like, and just jump out and snatch one of those guys. And then I'm going to lose the deposit on the Airbnb. It's going to be a mess. Yeah, I was all stressed out. And it was cold. And it was cold in Arizona. I mean, like freaking freezing cold. Not just like, oh, it's chilly, man up. No, this was like end of the world cold. So, hey, you're watching the 757 Hustle Show. Yeah, world. Yeah. You're watching the 757 Hustle Show. My name is George. It is the Monday Madness live stream. Madam is hanging out with us. Madam is a very friendly person to the combo community. That's how I met her, through Razor Comics. And I met her also on Comic Journey one time. So she's got a lot to say. She's maybe she'll be showing us some of her artwork. So she's a creative talent. So look out for her while okay, let's go around. We got Pierre. Happy Monday afternoon, Raw. Yes, Pierre's here. Look at her, Madam. Hello, beautifuls. Look at that. She gets the time to say hello, everybody. Omnibo, I come for the Madam. Yes, who doesn't? Welcome, Madam, to the ordery. Yes. Pate. Yes. Free bacon. Yes. And it's funny. It's funny because the next day I cooked for 10 people, and it was just scrambled eggs and bacon. And everybody's like, the house smells so good. The house smells so good. What'd you make? And I'm like, you saw the little fat one? He didn't get away last night. So, do coyotes sound as if they made money off of Acme? Yeah, I'm telling you, every crazy sound effect you'll hear, it's like, wah! That's what, yeah. It's like, look at it. I literally, it sounded like babies were being tormented. Like, wah! like that. It was crazy. But
Do you have
it is 4:03 on the East Coast. My name is George. Madam's hanging out. Go ahead, madam. Go ahead.
Do you have any children?
No. We have. I have stepkids.
That's the reason you think that's the sound that babies would make when they're crying, because it's not. That's the sound worse than the coyotes crying.
That's the closest I can think of. It's bad. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to say it's babies being tortured, but yeah, it's babies crying. You know, it's not. It doesn't sound like 30 babies being kidnapped and tortured or anything. No, no, but it is a freaky sound. Yeah, it is a freaky sound.
It is. It's a haunting sound. I like it.
So what are you up to now? So last I saw you I saw you do artwork of Razor. That was pretty for your birthday, right? Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Yeah. So what type of, for those who don't know, I've seen your work, but in short, what would you tell people? You're a sculptor, you're a creator, illustrator.
I'd say I'm an artist. I'm a sculptor mainly, and I create like figurative sculptures that are mostly like, I would make like historical figures. I would do monuments of historical figures like first ladies and suffragette leaders and stuff. But and then I would do a lot of portraiture, bronze portraiture art for commission. But recently I've had the time, the last 6 months or so, I've recently started making my own stuff from my own mind, and had the time to sculpt my own surrealist thoughts. And at which point I feel
good thoughts or crazy thoughts? What type of thoughts? Good thoughts, normal thoughts?
Oh, every artist is tortured. That's, you can't be an artist without, some kind of childhood trauma,
Hold on. You just got the award. Hold on. Oh, wrong one. And that's what I'm a musician. I'm a musician at heart. I love talking. I love, so that's my outlet. You know what I'm saying? Reading, writing, that's my other outlet. And and when I'm not playing music, it's just like I need to creatively, let it out somehow.
Emote. I think that art is definitely a language in itself. It's just a language that's not spoken. It's a language that is just of emotion and emoting our life's condition as we ourselves are experiencing it in our bodies. Do you know what I mean?
100%, because there's been times when I've broken up in relationships. My songs are very angry. My lyrics are very angry, and when things are going good, and in my band, we never try to repeat the same song. We just write, and then when it comes, it's just the feeling, and then I'll give you an example. So you break up, every guy writes a breakup song or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or every gal, whoever is a musician, everybody, fuck, Taylor Swift is known for it. You know what I'm saying? So
you don't want to date Taylor.
Exactly. So as a musician, and so when I got divorced, the first time I got divorced, it was for good reasons. But when you go through that, okay, I'm rebuilding myself. I'm getting, I lost weight, you know what I'm saying? I'm going back out again and stuff like that. So, and then as a musician, you either learn to use it as a tool to help you get through, right? Or some people use it as a crutch. There's so much you can continue listening to a sad song. Yeah, there's so much you can. Everybody deserves their time to heal. But 3 months later, and you're still sitting in the dark listening to "Everybody Hurts" by REM. It's like, yeah, bro, you gotta like, what I'm saying? Take a shower, shave. Yeah, or something, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your sad song is to go to, So right. it always, yeah. So and as a music, like I said, and then when things are going good, we start writing songs, and then the other guy's like, "Hey man, can you put some lyrics to this?" And it's all like heavy, like I'm like, man, I'm in a good mood right now. I don't know, walking through the park, dee 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 dee. Like, bro, can you make the songs like a little more, tougher? All right, walking in the park in the rain, dee 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 dee. But
we need more angst.
More angst, yeah. That's why you always need somebody to kind of like, produce you or guide you or just give you a little bit of, hey man, maybe a little less red, a little more green, or etc. But right. What I've seen, and for those who know, commissions are when they hire an artist to create something for you. You know what I'm saying?
Most of my commissions have been all just portraits. So they basically want me to recreate a loved one who has passed, and they provide me a bunch of photos. or they want me to recreate someone who's living, in which case I prefer to be in front of them. And if that can't be afforded, then I will work with photos.
How
so I've done like dozens of portraits for commission. I would say no.
It doesn't bother you to do somebody that's passed on and just look at their pictures, and like it doesn't creep you out at some point, or maybe at the beginning or anything like that, like emotionally hit you.
My very first commission was of a man who was 92 years old, and during the process of me sculpting him, he had passed away.
But
he had time to know that it was happening and had time to comment on his own sculpture.
Oh, he still had notes.
Yeah, so he still
he even had notes right at the end.
Yeah, and it was cool, and I mean, I felt just honored to have been able to honor him before he passed, and I got good pictures of him because I had his son take 360 pictures of him as he was.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was 92 years old, and I love doing like old wrinkles and stuff and all that detail of like age in the face. I'd much rather do that than like a baby face.
A baby face? It's too easy. Wouldn't a baby face be too easy, right?
It's just too smooth, It's just a little.
As an artist, like, okay, so you do this. This is your profession. This is your hobby. This is your art. This is your life, right? All of it all together.
Yes.
Right. Okay, and which is a blessing. I mean, not too many people get to do their passion as their income, right?
This is true, but I was afforded that opportunity because I was a stay-at-home mom. Okay. And within the last, since the past 2 years, and then I was, and then I got a divorce, and so therefore no longer, and now I need to parlay this into like my permanent,
And are your kids? Are your kids artistic like you?
I would say just vaguely like happy.
Do they critique you a lot?
Just vague for everything.
So, do you have your own studio? You have your own, like are you at home studio? Are you?
Yes.
I
have to work from home. I have to be comfortable. If I had to go to a studio if I had to get my car and drive to a studio, I probably would never go.
It's like work now, right?
Yeah, that would be awful. Yeah. But like for me to be able to get up in the morning, wake up, have a cup of coffee, and go down here to my front living room, which I've designated as my studio, which now has like 10 sculptures in it of clay. It's just a nice area for me to not miss the rest of what's going on in the house and everything, and not commute and feel like I'm in a different environment. I'm cold and it's a weird atmosphere. It's like I'm still home. I can still go grab a sandwich, I can grab water. I can grab
isn't it true? Isn't it true that it's really awesome to have your own studio, have your own workspace, right? I mean, it sucks. Not everybody can have it. I've been lucky. You know what it's like to be in a band and to have your own place to rehearse? You know what I'm saying? What you could actually play really loud and nobody bothers you. The first place we lived at, we used to rehearse in the dining room. So the guys would come over. We would take the dining room, put everything in the living room, rehearse, and then at the end we put everything back together again. You know what I'm saying? Put the table back. Yeah. And then in our first home, that was the place we rented. And then in the first home, and the neighbors never complained. As long as we didn't go past 10 o'clock, the neighbors never complained. So we were blessed. We were rehearsing on a Tuesday night, Wednesday night. And then in the second place, I had a big family room where we used to rehearse. Yeah, you can hear it outside, but nobody complained. And we, God bless my wife. She dealt with it all those years.
George, what kind of music?
We play rock and roll. We do original music, and when depends what show we're playing, we'll do rock and roll covers, everything all the way from Elvis Presley to modern stuff. Yeah, we mix it all up.
Well, you must not be that bad because no one's complaining.
That was, I'm not one to brag or anything, but yeah. The only person that complains is my wife when we go past 10 o'clock. Yeah, I was the only person that was complaining. Hold on 1 second. The name of the band is called Dirty Toys. So as an artist, right? I'm an artist. You're an artist. We're just on a different chapter in the same book.
Yes, I agree. Completely creative. We're creatives.
Which is cool. And now for somebody like you, in your world, you mostly work, I would say, besides a commission, you're working 100% by yourself, right?
100%. And then once I get something made in clay, I have to take it to the foundry, at which point I'm not working 100% myself. The foundry is making that clay into a bronze replica for me.
And but okay, but that's fine. But that's
point, there's like a midpoint of when that happens, and they give me a wax of like a sculpture I've made. This is my wax here.
Okay, that.
I'm just like quality control checking it and going through it right now. And then I'm going to send it back to the foundry to say like, okay, it's good to be made into bronze.
Have they bronzed something that you were not happy with?
No, this foundry never. Another foundry has before. I had done a portrait of a man. I came up there. It was like a 2-hour drive to get to this foundry. And I get there and the ear is crooked.
Oh.
I'm like, what is up? Why did I even come up here? Like, the ear is jacked up. I can't sell this. Like, give me a break. Like, you have to report this whole thing. I was like freaking out.
That's crazy. Do you get like, how's that? Do you have to like, first of all, you said the word foundry. I've never heard that word. So that's what those places are called? Foundries?
Yes, that's where you go to take the, when I'm done with the clay, I will take it to the foundry and they will do a bunch of mold making processes, which is actually called the lost wax method, which has been used for thousands of years for bronze making. And it's just a system of making molds after molds just to get it to a heavy, really sustainable mold that will take bronze, that will be able to withstand the molten bronze that you're going to pour into it. And then once that's made, they chip away that layer, and then they can sandblast it, and then you have a bronze of your sculpture.
Interesting. That's cool. You see, you learn something every day. So is that like what parents used to do with the little baby booties, get them bronzed?
Yeah.
Right, almost the same.
Yeah.
So my mom took my shoes to a foundry.
Something like that.
Something like that in New York, in Queens, in the 70s.
Cast them, yeah.
Awesome. Well, there you go. So what are you working on next? Like, what are you any big commissions coming up? Or I know I've seen a video. You showed us pictures with Razor one time about there was a statue of a cowboy or somebody outside. It was like a full-size statue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have 3 life-size public monuments right now. Yeah. I have a First Lady Ellen Axon Wilson. She's in Rome, Georgia, and she's standing on an easel painting because she was an impressionist painter. She was married to Woodrow Wilson, and that was her hometown, Rome, Georgia.
Nice. Oh, you're originally from Georgia?
No, I'm originally from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Oh, Pierre Kelly, educational program, boys and girls. Yes, you see, we learned something here on the 757 Host Show. Yeah. Mm-hmm. How long? When did you realize this was your thing? When did you realize that, hey, I want to do this more than just like messing around?
Honestly,
you can tell. You be honest. Yeah, go ahead. If it was last week, it was last week.
No, I've always kind of had this in the back of my mind.
So you've always been.
I've always been artistic, and I've always been drawn to art, and I've always loved art. And whenever I would see like big, like those big sculptures of like figures and stuff, I would think like, oh my God, that's on my line. That blows my mind. How can they do that? Right? I would be amazed by it. And I think that drove a passion in me. And like, that's like all I want to
do. Since very young? Since
very young, yes.
Yeah. I've always wanted to play music. I've always wanted to be a clown since I was a kid. I've known that. Yeah. I've known that. I've known that since I must have been 3 years old, 4 years old. One of my earliest memories, my aunt got married. And there was a wedding at a band at the wedding, right? And they were playing Jailhouse Rock by Elvis Presley.
Yes.
Yeah. Down. Yeah. So I was like just like Forrest Gump in that movie. I was just like a little boy in Queens, and I was like, man, when I heard that music, my hips started to move, and I saw the band rocking out. I saw everybody go crazy. And I was doing air guitar. I didn't know what air guitar was at the time, and I was going nuts. And I knew I didn't know it was just music, or I just knew I needed to be in front of people making everybody go crazy, So
it's amazing that you knew that early too, though, that you knew like you
like I said, I didn't know it was mute because then I watch TV and I'm like, oh, I want to be on TV. You know what I'm saying? I've always wanted to emote. You know what I'm saying? I've always wanted to emote, and
yes, emote.
you know, yeah. And, you know, I am half Greek, so that might be part of that. So that might be part of me, my culture just being loud. But yeah, you're watching the 757 Hustle Show. My name is George. It is 4:20. Oh, almost. It is 4:20 here on the East Coast.
Oh shit!
And we're hanging out with Madam, the talented Madam. Artist, creator, super genius. Now I just found out she's a parent too. Holy moly. What hasn't she done?
Wow.
So speaking of which, what type of art? Like, is there any nuance, any new style that you've seen? Because you know how you see on Instagram and you see these guys do these creative paint things. Like, do you see something like, I would like to try that?
Oh, you mean when they're like flying through the air and they're spitting paint on a canvas? And
yeah, or something. First of all, I believe half of that stuff is fake. I was a painter. We ran a painting business for many years. So they show like these buckets of paint, and you'll see the swirl, and then they pour it, and you're supposed to believe that it's gonna drip exactly the same way. No, it doesn't happen like that. What color it turns out? You paint any swirl paint on something, it turns out all gray because it mixes all together.
Yeah,
I've tried many years.
That gray, like mauve gray.
Yeah, dark, muddy water. Yeah. So I watch the Instagram videos and I'm like, oh, okay, oh, look how cool they're doing with the paint and blah, blah, blah. My dad ran a painting business for many, many years. 90% of every male in our family has worked with my pop. You know what I'm saying? So we've all experimented. Yeah, so we've all experimented with the paint. You know, look. My cousin one time did this beautiful swirl in the bucket. He goes, look how beautiful it is. Thinking it's gonna like look like that when he paints it with the brush. And he was like, what's wrong? It's all coming out dark gray. But
yeah. I actually had when I was 18, like I was good at art or whatever, but when I was 18, I was taking a sculpture carving class that was outside of my high school, just an add-on class or whatever. And my instructor for that class, I remember he was like, we're all gonna make these pieces now, and he was a real like abstract geometric like formed like artist.
Yeah.
And he gave each of us a piece of stone. We got to pick out our pieces of stone, and then he's like, all right, you guys get to make what you want, right? And I'm like, cool, right? Like, I'm gonna make an angel, right? And he comes over, I start working on my piece, and he comes over and he's like, what you got going here? Oh, look at these lines here. Let me take a black magic marker. I'm going to go around these lines here where it's a nice geometric circle, and here where it's a nice geometric shape.
Oh, he started adding on and started ruining it.
And I said, thanks a lot. And I just kept doing whatever the hell I was doing, like I just kept chipping through like and making my angel. And then he'd come over a little bit later and he was like, oh. And he actually asked my mom and dad to get me an apprenticeship to do stone carving when I was 18.
Did he because you have talent, or he felt bad that he messed up your thing?
Felt I had talent, yeah.
So
he proposed. He told my parents like she could be within like one of the top public sculptors. Who knows?
So he recognized it. That's good. That's good. He recognized your talent.
Yeah, it was really nice.
We were at the there was a museum in Flushing Meadow Park in Queens, New York. There's a museum in the middle of the park, and they used to have a summer program for the local kids to come in there and do art, learn about art and stuff. Mm-hmm. So my mom, of course, like, you're gonna go, take your sister, take your cousins. So one day it was like you said, it was geometrics, and they were working with styrofoam, and the whole thing was, let's build something. And I don't know how we ended up. We had one of the New York bridges. We had to make one of the New York bridges. And we made a New York bridge. We had cars. We were proud. We had suspension, everything. Mm-hmm. This guy shows up, the guy who was in charge of the class. Is like, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. And of course, how you use toothpicks with styrofoam to hold the cars down and everything. And he's like, this is wonderful. The fucking guy takes a toothpick, puts the toothpick right, like we were saying, these are people. He takes the toothpick, he puts it down, and he goes, oh, hold on, it's missing something. Takes his gum from his mouth, puts it on the top, puts it down, and like, oh, look, this is the dog catcher, or fly catcher, ha, 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 and walks away. We're like, what the hell, bro? That's your fucking gum, man.
What a disrespectful
This was the guy teaching the class that day. We were like, what the? Yeah. We were like, we're all like queens, we're like the bad news bear. We're like all pissed off. We're like, who the hell are you messing up our shit, man? We worked hard on this.
That is rude.
Pierre Kelly says around here there's a children's museum of Memphis. Yes, it was called I forgot the name of it. The Children's Museum of Movie and Art or something like that. And in New York, I grew up in New York, so I was lucky to go enough to all the museums and enjoy, whenever they had expositions or like the museum in Queens for TV and film production. Man, I was addicted to that place. Just going there.
You were born in New York?
Yes. My father's originally from Greece. My mom's originally from Colombia. And I was born in New York. Yes. I am a product of birthright citizenship.
So have you traveled to those countries then, to Colombia and Greece?
Yes. I've been to Colombia many, many times. I've been to Colombia since I was very young. Yeah. Been to Greece 4 times. I fucking love Greece.
Is it nice?
My dad's from an island.
You want to say? Is that the place that's all nice?
Santorini? Yeah. That whole section where the islands are, every island is white. That whole section right there, yeah. In the Aegean Islands. My dad is from an island called Paros. Paros. Yeah, Paros. Yeah. And
he comes from a tiny little island that must have been
crazy.
Small.
Let me tell you, the first time we went to Greece, it was my mom, my dad, and my sister. I was already like 21, 22. So I was old already. I mean, I was an adult the first time I went to Greece. So you get to Greece, 90% of the people gets to the mainland, and 90% of the people, there's ferries that go to all the islands. You could take a ferry. Now there's planes. Now there's airports. But when we first went there, there was a plane that would land on my dad's island, but it will only land during the daytime. Yeah, there was no flights at night. So we get on the ferry. We're going to Greece. I mean, it's crazy because you land in Greece. Athens is just like any other city. Traffic, beep, beep, beep. It's just crazy, busy. Just
metropolitan city.
Metropolitan. Yeah, it's a huge city, but of course you have the Acropolis right in the middle, which looks badass. I see. I'll admit that. Just the fact, and I'm huge into Greek mythology, so it's just having the Acropolis right in the middle. That's it. Just to me, I was just like, you know what I'm saying. So, and then you get to the port. You wait for your ferry. You get on the ferry, and ferries go like taxis. They stop at this island. Everybody gets off. It's like a big. For those who don't know, these ferries that I'm talking about, the blue ferries, the big company, the ferry pulls up to the port, and then the front door opens like this, and cars come out. People come out walking. You know what I'm saying? Like you pay.
Wow.
Yeah. And they stop at every island. So the first time we went was in the wintertime. So it was very quiet. So we were maybe 20 minutes away. It's pitch black. I'm outside with my dad. My dad's like this. You see the sun? I mean, you see the moon? My dad's got a heavy Greek accent. Yeah. You see the stars? We're 15 minutes away from the island. I told my pop, how do you know? How do you know that? Just by the stars? The moon? He goes, no, you see the buoy over there? That buoy means we're 15 minutes away. I'm like, you bastard. But I love Greece, man. I love Greece. I'm telling you, I'm blessed. Yeah. So in Greece,
expert astronomer.
Yeah. Because my dad, 90% of my people on my dad's island are fishermen back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Like, how big is the island?
And my dad was the youngest out of 10 older brothers that were all fishermen. They all look like the bad guys from Popeye. Popeye's villain, Bluto? They all look like that. They all got the hats. Big dudes. Yeah, so that's what they all look like. And my dad was a scrawny, he was a young, scrawny one. I've heard many stories. They told me. That's what I'm saying. This trip was, what's the word? It awakened me. It awakened my culture, my history. Not just hearing it from my father, because I don't have Greek family here. It was just my dad.
Okay.
So I've never met my Greek family until that first trip over there. So it was just like, it was spiritual. You know what I'm saying? And hearing, when I got there, all I did was hear stories about my father from people, normal people. So in Greek tradition, you name your son after your parents. So let's say that you got married with your husband and you had a kid. you would name your son either after his father or you would name him after your father. My name is George, right? My grandfather's name is George in Greek. So all my cousins firstborn are named George.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, but my real name in Greek is Yorgos, right? Growing up in New York, I'm half Latino. So growing up in New York, everybody used to call me Jorge. Jorge is the Spanish version to say George. I hated that shit. I hated
pronunciation for Greek in the Greek. What is it?
Yorgos.
Yorgos sounds really cool. You should just run with that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I always hated. While growing up, I used to hear Yorgos is cooked. I hear all that shit. But I hated when people used to call me Jorge. I just didn't like it. Jorge. Because I'm like, I don't know why it was pride or something, or I didn't like the fucking people that were calling me that. But I just wanted to be known as, George or Yorgos. And first of all, everybody in my family calls me Georgie. So like, even my cousins who are 50 years old today, Georgie, they call me Georgie, but I don't, that's for them. Or my dad used to call me Yorgo. That was my name.
Okay. I'm going to start calling you Georgie from now on, just so you know.
No, stop that. See, I'll cut this live stream off right the fuck now. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm a diva like that. So we get to Greece and it's like, oh, that's your cousin, that's Pizza Yorgo. He's the one that owns the pizza shop. That's Pizza George. That's Hotel George. That's Crazy George. That's Little George. That's little. So I looked at me. I went like this. I'm Jorge. I went just like that. I told everybody, hi, everybody. You can call me Jorge. So everybody kept calling me, Jorge George. In the 60s, it was Brutus. Yeah, Brutus, Bluto. That's all my uncles, bro. They all have like monster fisherman hands. They're freaking all monster dudes. So, and now that was the first time I went to Greece. I meant to meet my family, and anywhere you go, it's just like you're George Colorado's. The second time I went there, I go out one night. I'm telling it was just me and my dad. We went to a wedding. Me and my pop. We just went to a wedding, and I'm like, I gotta get out of here. My dad's sleeping. He's snoring. I'm like, I gotta go out. So I'm going out by myself. My dad's like, where are you going? Where are you going? Pop, it's an island. Where am I going to go? You know what I'm saying? It's a little island.
Go for a swim.
Like, yeah. It's like, I'm going to swim to Santorini. And so I get to this little bar. I walk in there. The first night I meet this guy. They got a little, arcade, pool, bar, whatever. Talking to the guy. The bartender goes, yeah, I'm the owner. And, his name is John. Yannis is the way you say it in Greek. Yannis. Yeah. So, and he goes to me, it tells me his last name. And I tell him his last name. And then he goes, oh, yeah. Because I know that name. I know your uncles. I know your cousins. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh, pretty cool. Next day, I go back there. The guy goes to me, hey, brother, your dad went to school with my dad. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and then I just, yeah. And then I started meeting people and they're like, yeah, man, your grandfather. I learned so much stuff about my grandfather. Supposedly my grandfather was like a freaking superhero over there. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping he didn't owe people money.
I know, right? Like, you're hoping he wasn't like the drunk in the middle of the road, like
the crazy dude. Here comes the ass grabber. You know what I'm saying? Here comes the chicken fucker. Right. Here comes the goat fucker. So no, I got lucky. I got real lucky, and it was just like nonstop. How great Yorgos George Colorado's my last name was. And yeah, my last name is a crazy Greek ass last name, but translated to Greek, it's like saying George Smith. You know what I'm saying? It's such normal. Here, I got like 35 letters, a symbol in my last name, and in Greece, it's like a local name like Smith. But
so I go down. You're born here, though, right?
I was born in New York. Yeah, correct. I was born in New York City. Yeah, born in New York City. You, George? I will be turning 50 years old this Halloween.
That's my mother's birthday.
You see?
And I also will be.
That's why you got to get me something for my birthday in honor for your mother.
Well, fine. And I also will be turning 50 years old April 9th.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't believe it, but congratulations.
Nice.
You have very smooth skin for living in Arizona. I think I got sun wrinkles just walking to the car from the rental place.
I know, right?
The sun, it was cold, but the sun was freaking cooking. The sun was is hot.
It's a convection oven, right? A convection
Yes,
oven
weird.
feeling.
It
It's
was
like
weird. And everybody's like, "Oh, it's dry heat. It's dry. It's still fucking heat." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So let me tell you. So I know Razor was live. Razor Comics is a friend of ours. I jump on Razor's live stream a lot, and Razor was waiting for me, and I went to go meet Razor, and we had a blast. And I heard you met Razor in person also, right?
Mm-hmm.
Razor is 100% what you see on camera. Razor is 100% even more in person.
I disagree.
Wow. Was he shy with you?
No. I thought Razor was much more genuine, lighthearted, affectionate, like comes from a good place, like
I get that.
Super kind soul.
But I get that live. And I get that.
I think a lot of people might not get that live. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yes.
So
okay.
That's why I disagree with you. Just
I understand, and it's a lot of people don't. A lot of people only listen to him when it's the drama content and all that stuff. I get it. I was there. I heard the damn show when he went on when you were on, and he just lost crazy. He called me up. I'm like, calm down. I'm like 1, 2, 3. There's nothing wrong with me. 1, 2, 3. And I say, he's like, I need to go on live with you. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, bro. You went crazy on that show, bro. I was like, didn't you have Madam on? And you're still like, none of you are my fucking friends. Fuck all of you. I told him. I said, bro, you can't let this shit get to you, man. You can't let this stuff get to you because then you'll never be able to function. Because the minute somebody pisses you off, you're gonna lose it. But I do have a personal relationship with him. We talk off the phone. I understand that. But so I already know. I know when Razor's ready to do Razor, and then I know Razor's. You know So, but everybody knows Razor how he laughs. Everybody knows Razor. You know what I'm saying? Like that. None of that shit's fake. All that shit's genuine. So he is he's a very.
I find him. What did I call him the other day? I called him because his first name is not Razor.
Raymond.
Ray, right?
Ray.
So I call him Ray of Sunshine because that's what he is. He's a ray of fucking sunshine.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I mean? Like he's so like buoyant and lighthearted and just makes me happy and just like, just his presence just makes me.
You know what shocked me the most? And this is what shocked me the most. And he's like, why you keep staring at me for it? He's tall. That he's a tall dude. He's not. I told his buddy. Yeah, I said, brother, I thought you were like fucking 4'3" or something. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was like a tiny little dude. Put him in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Razor's a big dude, bro. You don't want to catch him on a bad mood, man. I was like, whoa, this is a big fucker. You know what I'm saying? But we had a blast. I wish I had more time. I didn't share this.
Next time you come, you need to make time so you all can come up to my house here and we can party up here too.
100%.
I would freaking love that.
Yeah. Thank you. 100%. Yeah, I definitely want to go back. I mean, like the wedding was the most of the focus. 90% had to be the wedding, but we were trying to do as much as possible as we could while we were down there, and getting to see Razor, that was pretty cool. And the next time we go, definitely. So, hey, so I have heard. So for those who don't know, GalaxyCon is a comic book convention here in Richmond. So we went last year. We covered it. We got a press pass last year. Yeah, I just want to brag about that. So we got a press pass last year.
How does one go about getting a press pass?
Oh, honey, there's so much shit I had to do. No. You just applied. You applied. Yeah. We applied. Yeah, I had to sit on the couch, get judged, get pointed at, had to dance. They're like, dance, fat man, dance. Throwing coins at me and shit. No, I applied. I've gotten turned down for other conventions, but I've been lucky for this convention. I've been turned on. No accepted. I've been accepted for them. But so, have you ever been to a Comic-Con?
I have.
Do you enjoy Comic-Cons?
Well, let me see. I was at Fan Fusion a couple of years ago, and I dressed as Dazzler, and I went with one of my friends. And I had a great time at that Comic-Con, and I really enjoyed it. I picked up a beautiful Lady Death, which Coffin Comics is here from Arizona. And I got the creator to sign it. And I was so happy with that. And then I was like, once I got the creator to sign it, the guy, he's like, oh, get the guy who made the cover to sign it. He's right over there. I'm like, sweet. So I did that.
And you said Lady Death?
And then I was dressed as Dazzler. And he was like, oh, can I get a picture with you? And I'm like, yes. Jeez. Like
oh, shy.
But this is the cover I picked up.
That's awesome.
It's double signed, but the reason I like it is because she's so softly drawn.
Not so. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
not like
that's
the
cool.
Rogue one. Yeah, and she's bedazzled.
Bedazzled.
So,
which version of Dazzler?
I had like blue makeup on. I had the the disco ball. I had the white jumpsuit.
Roller skates.
I don't even think they'd allow me to rollerblade. I would have rollerbladed because I'm a really good rollerblader. I would have rollerbladed through there, but I don't think it would have.
Oh yeah, you people out there. My wife took me roller skating when we first started dating. So this was what, maybe 15 years ago now. One of our first dates, she goes, "You know how to roller skate?" I'm like, "Of course, I'm not going to say no. I'm trying to get laid." So I was like, "Yeah, I know how to roller skate." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, her kids at her friend's house. It's the weekend. She goes, "You want to go roller skating?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I know how to roller skate." So this was whatever 15 years ago was. You know what's the last time I've been roller skating? I think it was 1984 at my brother's birthday party in Queens Boulevard, New York. Was the last time I was on roller skates. Yeah. So here I am, 30-year-old guy. Let's go skating, right? So we get out there, puts on the skates and shit like that. My wife's doing all the moves, you know what I'm saying? The doggy, whatever it's called, the spins and shit, you know.
Around, she can go backwards.
Everything. Yeah. Like she jumped on the ring and was like, "See you, loser," and just started taking off. You know what I'm saying? I get on the rink on roller skates, and I'm like a freaking baby cow that just came out of the big mama.
Did they give you one of the little walkers?
That's what I asked for. No, at the end I asked for those. At the beginning, I'm like, "Yo, bro, come on, man. I'm getting judged."
Yeah, bro, my ego's not going to let me accept that walker right now. So
yeah. They didn't have the tennis balls. So I'm getting judged by my current girlfriend. I'm getting judged by teenagers. I'm getting judged by everybody. I gotta get on this damn floor.
You're getting judged by 7-year-olds. You're probably
7-year-olds,
right?
Little 7-year-olds doing freaking, So I get on there. I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm like, oh, it's a song. Hey, we hold hands. We're holding hands. All right. She goes, "You want to go faster?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go faster." We start going faster. She goes, "Okay, we're gonna let go." And then she's like, "I'm gonna spin around you." And she was gonna do some shit, whatever. I'm like, "Yeah, let's do this. Come on." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, we're going." She does her thing. All of a sudden, I'm like, whoa. I flip. I go down hard on my right knee, which till today, look, it's hurting right now talking about it. I go down, boom, right on my right knee, and I start flipping, and like a log coming down the log. My skates I kept flipping, boom, boom, like if you threw a pair of boots in the dryer. That's all you heard, boom, because I kept flipping and flipping. So every time I flipped, one of my skates would hit the floor.
Yeah.
Bah! All of a sudden, now I'm hitting those. All of a sudden, I'm hitting those 7-year-olds as I'm flipping. I'm taking people out. I'm like, it was like 5 people, like getting cut in the face, blood, everything. And I'm like, help, I'm like, whatever. My wife just fucking came back, jumped over me on the skates, and just kept going. Went off the rink and was like this. Yeah, you're on your own.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So let's just say that was the last time I've been roller skating.
And you married her, and you're still together.
Yeah. So she liked to fight
No, she must have been like, I know he's hopeless. So I'm just gonna skate past him.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Till today, she still makes fun of me and shit like that. And when it rains, my knee hurts. So it was because of that. But yeah, but that's the shit we got to do. Razor was talking about some girls got him hiking and telling him, hey, you got to drink this. Hey, hydrate. So I'm like, good for him. I'm like, good. You see, there's things people have to do to make the relationship work. Compromise.
Yes.
But just know how to skate when you say you do. I've never been on rollerblades. That's how long ago it's been I've been skating.
I got a rollerblading story.
That's right. And rollerblades came out in the late 80s, 90s, right? And then maybe in the mid 90s.
I got my first pair of rollerblades for graduation.
Yeah.
And at which point I rollerbladed my way all through college, basically rollerblading to all my classes because I didn't have a car. Right? I was in great shape. My God. And
this was Arizona? Was this Arizona or this Wisconsin?
This was in Wisconsin. And I would rollerblade up until February. I remember rollerblading like the slush of the snow. That's how long I would wait until I'd ask people with cars for rides.
So you don't miss the snow? You don't miss the Wisconsin winters?
I fucking did 24 years in Wisconsin.
You're done. You could do without the snow.
That's like time served. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Awesome. Like time served.
Damn. Like I don't need to be that cold ever again for any reason. There's no reason for that.
Yeah.
But rollerblading.
I'm only 6 hours away from New York, and they still get hit with snow, and it gets really ice cold. And I'm like, yeah, I don't miss that too much. I don't miss that too much.
No, and it makes me wonder for everyone who's in Canada and everyone who's snow logged, and and it just makes me wonder, like, man, life is short. Why don't we all try off?
Pierre Kelly says winter in Memphis get rare snow days. Yeah, here in Virginia, it would rain. Like, let's say it's gonna rain, like the way it rained that last 2 weeks ago. They would shut down this whole place because we're below sea level. We're at sea level, and we get a lot of floods around here. So even when it rains here, they shut it down. So when it snows, oh man, this place is done. They're telling you, hey, it's gonna snow next week. School's closed now.
Yeah, school's closed now. We're expecting 2 centimeters of snow.
Yeah, seriously, that's how it is here.
Now.
But that's cool, man. So can you see the screen? I'm gonna put up this screen right now. Let me see. We're good on time. I still got you for time.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I don't want to keep you from doing some big old fancy art project that's gonna, save the world and shit. And you're over here bullshit with me.
You are depriving the world of my artistic talent at this current moment, but that's okay.
I'm being your muse right now.
That's right. You're gonna.
There you go. So that way you don't feel like you're wasting time.
Future projects are coming to mind. Yes.
There you go. Okay, let's see. All right. You're watching 757 Hustle Show. My name is George. It is 4:46, March 24th, 2025. We're broadcasting on YouTube. Live with me today is the talented Madam. I will be posting stuff in the link in the description, and then you can check her out. Amazing artwork. Madam has mentioned to me she has been to a con, and she's been dressed as the Dazzler from Marvel Comics. So would you call yourself a cosplayer, or was that just like a one-time thing?
No. Have you seen my Instagram page?
No, I'm not a stalker like that.
I don't think you have.
No.
I have probably 12 different cosplays I've done.
Okay. All right.
I've done Red Sonja, I've done Psylocke.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay. So you're a cosplayer. You're a cosplayer.
I've done.
I'm trying to qualify you as a star witness for cosplay. And
yes,
so,
because I really love cosplay, and
okay.
And so much so that I was on this cover here for this magazine cosplaying.
Oh, hold on. Let me put you back up.
And
wow! Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. How long ago was that?
That was about a year ago.
A year ago?
Yeah. And that was cosplaying as Lucy, a vampire, for a Halloween comic. And then I've done I think my favorite one to do right now is Harley Quinn. I think I want to try to go to Heroes Con.
Heroes Con.
Yeah, if I go to Heroes Con, which I should, I like want to like dress up like twice a day. You know what I mean?
Where is Heroes Con?
Heroes Con's in Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Charlotte. I want to this weekend. I'm going to be in GalaxyCon Richmond. I wanted to be in Georgia also, but I can't be at both places at the same time, unfortunately. Yeah, I got this. They're doing the Toy Lanta thing. It's a big toy con, and they're going to be a lot of they're kicking off. The reason why I wanted to be there. Let me hold on. Let me get out of this.
Yeah, I can pull up my X-Men picture if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
I should just go to my Instagram actually.
Oh, you know what? I could do it. Stand by.
Okay. I can do it. That's perfect because I have a ton of shit on my Instagram.
All right, give me a second and I got to do technology stuff that I just learned on YouTube.
That would qualify me as a dedicated cosplayer.
Yes, to be our star witness, our expert witness in cosplay.
I cosplay.
Just like a court, we have to, make sure, verify you and make sure you are a.
Verify what I say. I understand.
Yeah, make sure you're not a bullshitter, that you're an official cosplayer. When was the last time you cosplayed?
God, I gotta say, the last thing I did was the Joan of Arc, was the Last Days of the Bad Moon, and that's gonna come out soon. But I cosplayed a Joan of Arc and some that's by Billy Powermax, and that's gonna come out very soon with Dark Gift Comics, I believe.
Nice.
And, yeah. And I did a little sheet for them with some fire in the background. I'm like a Joan of Arc character. And so I guess that's going to come out soon too.
Share screen.
But also, to be completely honest with you, like cosplaying takes, being in really good shape,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I really need to get I want
to. That's why I gave up cosplaying. I just, I'm like, I got to shave to fit into this thing. I got to freaking get a Brazilian wax. I'm like, I don't want to be the Black Widow again. I don't want to be Harley Quinn again. I'm like, I got to baby oil myself to get into this fucking outfit. I got fucking a bunch of hairy, sweaty guys staring at me. We're gonna go over it. We're gonna talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly about cosplay. So stand by.
All right. Well, the truth of it is that I absolutely adore dressing up, and I absolutely adore as an artist, dressing up and doing stuff. So, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. You can just.
All right. Here we are, Madam's Instagram, and here's some of your artwork.
That one's actually different right now. So yeah.
Look at this. Look, hold on. Look at this, ladies. Look who that is. Trying to get the full sock out.
Good day. That was a good day.
Wow, that's you. That's Red Sonja. Yeah, look, that's you.
Yeah.
Look at that. How long ago was this?
About a year and a half ago, I want to say.
Nice. And then, look. Oh, this is before it got bronzed over here, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, that's before the bronze. Now it's in the wax that I just showed you, and then it will be in bronze next you see it.
Okay, so right now it's just in wax. It's in coat, and it's the second step, right?
Right, and I have two of them, so I'm gonna have two of them done in bronze.
Now it's called the Foundry you mentioned earlier, and is the wax that's the same thing as called the Foundry for the wax also?
No, the Foundry is just basically the place that everyone knows you go to make clay stuff or anything you want molded to be made into a metal, into bronze.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Pierre Kelly says, "Oh, Dazzler from the X-Men arcade game." Well, yeah, the arcade game is based on her original. No, the arcade game you're referring to, she has the blue outfit on with the leather jacket. That's her 80s, 90s look. Yeah, that's it. And she's got the, what do you call that? That Jamie Lee Curtis 80s hair with the headband. Yeah, that's her 80s look. The 70s look is the original look where she's got the white jumpsuit on.
That's the one I went for.
Yeah. So okay, there you are cosplaying again.
That's yeah. You'll find quite a few on here.
Okay, look at you. You got there. You there. Look, a psycho person.
Yeah.
Oh, you did Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman.
I sure did. In fact, I'm planning on going to Heroes Con as Catwoman for.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's one of the ones I want to do.
Is it true that some people freak out when you use parts from the store? Like some people are like they have different levels of cosplay. Some people make their own stuff. Everything's got to be like handmade. Some people just grab stuff off the rack and put it on. I've interviewed many people, yeah. So and that's what I've heard. There's like different levels. So for those out there, you don't have to be. Oh, I gotta get a sewing machine. I gotta make this Wonder Woman thing tiara. I gotta get glue to do this. It's okay to get something off the rack and put it on and express yourself that way. That's what I've learned.
Yeah. I mean, Amazon has been my friend for cosplays for sure.
Hey.
You know what I mean? And I'm not afraid to go ahead and admit that because that's just what I did.
Yeah.
But, a lot of the fun of it is choosing which ones you're going to buy, choosing how they go together, choosing how you're going to do your makeup, choosing how you're going to do your pose, how you're going to present yourself in the background, choosing all that stuff too. You know what I mean? And
the part that sucks is when the shit don't fit. Trust me.
Pins and there's duct tape for that.
Yeah. So that's you playing chess right there?
That's me playing chess. That's Marilyn. Yeah.
Nice. How many wigs do you own?
Chess. I love chess.
How many wigs do you own?
I have more wigs than shoes, so I'm not
more wigs than shoes.
So probably 25.
And this is you as the what's her name? Emma Frost?
Emma Frost, the White Queen.
The White Queen. Awesome.
And then if you go down, you'll see Vampirilla.
Oh, there's one Vampirilla right there.
And then Black Cat, Lucy, Harley.
Look at your head. These are called what? Head bust? What are these types?
Those are portrait busts, I call them.
Nice. Look at this. Wow. This looks awesome.
Well, thank you.
I loved seeing it when I was in Greece, looking at the original ones from back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was loving it.
Yeah. Check out the guy on the far right. He's one of my best ones, I think.
Yeah, look at that guy. Looks like a razor with beard.
He reminds me of like an apostle or like a prophet or something.
Yeah, he does like a prophet or somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Shit's gonna happen because this guy showed up.
So this guy looks freaking important.
Yeah, we got to listen to this dude. This is cool, man. Oh, look at Harley Quinn. Dang, you've been Wonder Woman also?
Yeah, in fact, for that Wonder Woman shot, I had just gotten done interviewing somebody from my LCS, and I was dressed up as Wonder Woman. And my friend and I stopped at a restaurant before I went home, and so she dropped me off so I could walk to the restaurant, in my heels. And as soon as I did, like some guys drove up, stopped his car, jumped out, and was like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then like my friend came walking up, he's like, "Can you take a picture of us?" He was so excited.
I'm glad you asked that. Let me ask you, what is the proper way? Like I'm at the con, I have a press pass.
Okay.
I'm at the con, I have a press pass. What is the proper way to approach somebody in cosplay? May I take a picture with you?
What's the matter with that?
Exactly. I guess it would be read the room. Like read the room, if they're arguing, don't show up. Hey, can I take a picture? Or,
I don't think there's anything wrong with the term, may I take your picture?
Okay. So
can I take your picture?
Can I take it?
May is a little more, gracious, I feel. So I would go with may I take your
take your picture. Okay.
If it's okay with you,
Or how about you hosting a live stream and you have your microphone and your name is George and you're like, hey, would you like to come on? Would you like to come live on TV? I'm like, how would you approach somebody? Hey, we're live streaming. Would you like to say something live on, Yeah,
I would definitely say, George, I'm from the 757 Hustle Show. I'm here live at blah 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 con, and here we go. And I would really like for this person to say a couple words. Boom.
Okay. And then never just show up. Never just walk up to them and just approach them.
I would always let them give them a heads up.
Give them a heads up. Yeah. But like never just like gotcha. Hey, you're live. Hey, say something.
No, nobody wants to be like half eating a sandwich and you're walking by and they're like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
So see, there you go. So we're gonna use those notes. We're gonna use those notes this weekend while we're there. I'm gonna be that's what we were practicing earlier. I'm gonna be practicing going live, doing stuff like that.
That's awesome.
And I'm gonna be doing on the spot interviews, hit up the artists, the cosplayers, and then
can you do me a favor? and ask some really unconventional questions.
Like, like if you give me a list, I'll say, hey, this is from Madam.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'm like grossly interested in like interviewing people, but asking them like inappropriate questions, like not everyone's gonna ask somebody.
Yeah,
but not so inappropriate. It's bad, but you know what I mean. Just
to catch them off. Yeah, to catch them off guard and stuff like that. I always ask. I'll always have like a regular question, a question based on the con, and then a crazy ass question.
Go on that Thylac one. You can see that Thylac one.
Oh, there she is. Purple hair. Oh yeah.
No, not that one. The one below it. Yeah, that one. Can you press on her?
Oh, Ninja. Get ready. Get ready. Hold on. Check.
Chuck. Get ready next Saturday.
Coming. That's cool, man. You still have the outfit and the swords?
I do.
It's expensive cosplaying, right? To be a professional cosplayer?
You know something? I keep everything and I keep it all nice and tidy. So I have like I'm very respectful of my costumes and I really appreciate them and take care of them. So
I messed around.
I know I want to keep putting them on. So
I want to bring something up real quick. Let me send it to myself. I was messing around earlier. And I was just like, I need to do you know how they do this weekend at the con, and they show the picture like on the flyer or on the gig. They'll always show like who's going to be at the con and shit like that. So stand by. I got to get it off.
Okay.
And then put it up. I've never dressed up at a con. I've never dressed up as.
Go down my page. I think you can find my Dazzler as I'm dressed up as Dazzler.
I've before YouTube, I used to during COVID, I used to go on Facebook a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it was before, I didn't even know that people were going live on YouTube. And I used to go on Facebook Live and I used to do a whole show like this and have people on. So here in Virginia, I had the Feral Showgirls, who are burlesque troupe. And they also do cosplay. And then I had a whole cosplay episode. And I had them all on cosplay. Yeah, I had them all on cosplay. So then I started doing the cosplay fashion show. So I would have 10 people on in cosplay and we go over and just like I was doing with you, we talk about cosplay and talk about, but my new goal is.
If you keep going down, you'll find the one in Wolverine as Dazzler.
My new goal is to have people in cosplay playing Family Feud.
Like I would freaking love that. Oh my God, sign me up.
I've been trying to get this going, and I'm glad we got in touch because everybody's like, yeah, but nobody understands what I'm trying to say. So let's say we're doing Star Wars Family Feud, so we have everybody dressed up in Star Wars characters. Next week we're doing Batman Family Feud, so everybody dress up in Batman cosplay. So I've been trying to get that going for a while. See if that works.
I love it. I'm down. I got the costumes.
Oh, there you are. There's Dazzler and the Wolverine.
That is the one I was talking about.
The Dazzler and the Wolverine. Yeah. Can I make this bigger? I can't make that bigger. Oh, we got a heart by accident. Guess who? Had a fantastic time wearing Dazzler, meeting lots of cool people and artists. Hope all is well. You fam. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you'll always see Wolverines and Dazzlers. I mean, Wolverines and Deadpools.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll always see and Spider-Mans, but Dazzler, that's a pretty your artwork is pretty cool.
Well, thank you. I did up there on the left. If you want to go back to that one, that's one that's from a dream. Yeah, I use a lot of dreams, surrealism, for my stuff when I express. I think.
Awesome. I use indica and sativas for my inspirations.
So do I.
Yeah.
As well as this.
Do you find
this?
Seriously, as an artist, do you feel that enhances your creativity?
I definitely feel like to be creative, what things that are going to hamper creativity? A 9-to-5 job, sitting in a cubicle for hours on end, sitting in a chair staring at a computer for hours on end. These things will hamper creativity. I feel to be creative, you need to be free.
Yeah, Yeah.
You need to be free to like just sit there and just be. And it's not like you're hitting with inspiration left and right, you got to just be in it. You got to be in that space, and it's hard to be in that space when you're in a cubicle, I would imagine.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
When sometimes like it's weird. Like I'll be the gummy kicks like it's kicking in now. I was like, why am I all gummy right now? Because it started kicking in. And sometimes I'll be like, man, I just gotta go right. And when I write lyrics for music, it's like I gotta write that shit down. Yeah. And then when I'm like, because if I don't, I forget it.
Yep.
I forget. I've learned to keep like paper and just notes and even titles of stuff or ideas for this freaking YouTube shit.
Random like ripped off pieces of paper like in piles. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, good. I'm not crazy. I thought I was like only crazy people do that shit. So, but let me
go ahead.
I'm gonna remove this.
In fact, one of my friends who's so funny, I swear she should be a stand-up comedian. Every time she says something funny, I'm like, you need to write that down.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a lot like that. Yeah. So when is you said Heroes Con is the next one you might go to?
My next step is to buy plane tickets to Heroes Con. That is.
You got it booked. It's legit. It's not.
I mean, I'm not booked. I have a hotel room reserved. So that's all set. I have my roommates all set up, and I just needed to be in the financial situation where I could buy my plane tickets, which is coming up. So
gotta sell them statues.
I'm excited.
Gotta sell them statues.
Dude, don't pressure me on these statues. Dude. This is like a big leap of faith, kind of, if you think about it.
Yeah, I hear that. I did this fucking around. I was like, I saw the body like appearing. I was like, and that's my Captain America shield. I had to bust it out of the box just to take the picture. I told my wife, take a picture of me real quick. I got to do something. So I was like, let me do this shit real quick. Yeah, that's as much as I cosplay right there.
That's awesome.
But this is awesome, man. This is awesome. Yeah, so that's this weekend. I'm going to be at GalaxyCon this weekend. We're going to be jumping on live. Hopefully, I'm trying to get people to do live trivia as I'm streaming. You know what I'm saying? I got my.
I'm all about that. I'm all about that.
Yeah, look, I got my questions ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So, 80s, 90s trivia. All that. Look, I'll practice with you.
Okay.
Simple stuff. Oh shit! I don't have my glasses up here. That's one thing I do learn. I learned that I need glasses now. Yeah. I had to get glasses.
Since I used to be on here. Age, I know your need of glasses.
I used to be up here, and I used to be like, I can't read anything. I didn't know shit was blurry.
Right. Oh, on my birthday, April 9th, I'm gonna hang out with Razor.
Yes. So let's talk about that real quick. So that is April
9th.
April 9th. I'm looking at what day that is.
At 5:50 p.m. I'm going to turn 50 officially.
April 9th. I'm going to write this down right now, you see, so I don't forget. Because nobody invites me to shit. All right, so that's April 9th.
April 9th.
April 9th.
5:50 p.m. I officially turn 50.
That's your time, 5:50 p.m. So 5.
And that was in Wisconsin time, though, so I'm not sure what time that would be my time.
I think that's Central time. I think it's 1 hour behind the East Coast.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's. We're doing an experiment live on the air. Okay, Google. Google. What time is it in Wisconsin? 4:07. So they're an hour behind us.
Okay.
So
approximately that time, but I have been talking to Razor, and I did express the need that I wanted to like celebrate my birthday with my bestie Razor, since he's a ray of sunshine and we have the best time hanging out together. I could think of no one better than just to hang out.
That's awesome. Yeah. Maybe we could do when we will do the 80s, 90s trivia then.
That would be great. I hope to be like streaming like a lot that day, like the whole day. I don't know.
All day? That's cool.
I don't know. I just want it to be.
Do you stream on your own? I've only seen you on other people's channels.
I do stream on my own, but I recently, because of my situation with my ex and going through legal stuff, I just took stuff down.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So that's why I've just been appearing on other people's shows. But I will be, more out there now, I guess. So
Very cool. Very cool. All right, let me just clear this. And I want to show you one more thing.
if your birthday's on Halloween, what are you? Are you a Capricorn then, or a Scorpio?
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Okay. My mom was born on Halloween, and my dad was born on Friday the 13th.
Oh, nice. Nice. My one of my girlfriends growing up, her birthday was April 1st, April Fool's Day. Oh man, I broke up with her 5 years in a row. She still fell for it. Yeah, the only time she didn't fall for it was the 6th year. Yeah. The 6 years she didn't fall for it. Yeah, that was bad. I really broke up with her, and she's like, "You're lying. You're lying." I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta go."
That is so cruel. That's like really.
I mean,
psychotic.
I figured I was like, I've done it 5 times. She didn't believe me. You know what I'm saying? Let me do it the 6th time. And she still didn't believe me. And then here we are, 20 years later. But cool, man. So let me show you this real quick. And video image. Since I got you live.
And your GalaxyCon's in Virginia?
Say again?
Your GalaxyCon is in Virginia?
Yes, Richmond, Virginia is the capital of Virginia, which is about an hour and a half from here. Okay. And it starts on Thursday. It starts on Thursday all the way to Sunday. Ooh. And I'm gonna go. I just got invited actually I got an email from GalaxyCon saying, "Hey, we're doing all our official ribbon cutting Thursday," mm-hmm. and they told us which actors are going to be there doing the ribbon cutting. And they're like, "Hey, you might want to come down Thursday." So I'm thinking, fuck, maybe I should go to show them I was there. You know what I'm saying? I was planning to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I didn't think about going because Thursday, 2 p.m. The only problem with going and leaving here at 12 is the fucking traffic. The traffic going up north to Richmond is bad. You know what I'm saying? Because there's only like one way. There's only like one way to get there through the, you guys call them freeways. There's only one way to get there on the freeway, or right. Either taking the back roads to the mountains of Virginia. So, but and parking. I was there last year. We went last year. We got there Friday afternoon late. We got there. My wife and I got there Friday afternoon late. The parking was horrendous, you know. But we got in. We got, you know, in Richmond, you have to go in. You get your pass, so you have to wait a line to get into the building. Once you're in the building, you have to go get your pass, and then you're allowed to go into the area where the convention's at. Okay. So we got there Friday afternoon. We found parking. Finally got parking a couple of blocks away, and we got over to the convention. We get in there. We get our passes. Blah blah blah. Great time. The next day, I told her, I was like, "Yo, we got to get here early so we could get parking." Now I have, for those who know, I have the handicap pass for our situation, so we get to park. So there's literally across the street was the parking lot. So I was like, let's get there early. Let's get Starbucks, you know, let's whatever, eat in the car and chill. There was a line to get into the building that wrapped around 4 times around the corner. Like it was like a snake.
After you got there early?
After we got that line went on from 8 a.m. till 4:30 in the p.m. And that's the line to get into the building to get to your badge. Yeah, that's how long that line was outside. We already had our badges. So the next day was just us walking in. But that's how packed it was, man. It was crazy. We couldn't believe it. So this year I'm going with my cousin Ricky. I love fucking cousin Ricky. He was just in Orlando. He was in Orlando for a convention for his job. But he happened to got there the weekend prior. And MegaCon was going on. So I'm like, Ricky, you got to go to MegaCon. And Ricky was broadcasting live from MegaCon for me. So I'm like, go talk to that person. So I would see like somebody walk by. I'm like, no, the other person, you know what I'm saying? So he'd be walking by, getting all excited. You know, he was like, oh, but I told him, now you're coming with me and we got press pass and we can film. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you're going to be my camera guy. So yeah, we're excited as fuck. You know, me and Ricky been on many adventures. Even when he was in Europe this past winter, I had him broadcasting live, you know what I'm saying? Checking in wherever he was and shit like that. So GalaxyCon's going to be fun. So,
are you going to HeroesCon too?
Say again?
Are you going to HeroesCon too?
I didn't even know about HeroesCon. Now, is that the one Razor said he might go to? Razor said he might go to one.
Yes. Listen, let me give you the download.
Go ahead.
This is the one that all the YouTubers go to.
Oh,
So
I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah. So if you want to go like mingle with like all the other YouTubers, like this is the con everyone tries to attend.
Okay.
And that's in June, the end of June.
You see,
And,
I'm writing it down. Writing it down. You see, Heroes Con.
In Charlotte, I gotta buy my plane ticket still. And then,
Heroes Con in June. Oh fuck, it's gonna be hot in June.
It's gonna be amazing though. I mean, because everyone's gonna be there. There's like a meetup. I mean, we're gonna see everybody that we.
You know what? Hold on. Let's bring it up. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Hold on. Let me find it. Let me find it. Give me a second. Give me a second. Here, I'm gonna play this in the back. I'm gonna play this while I'm looking for the other stuff. Hold on. This is my band. This is a little song. This is our love song. Romantic. North Carolina or Georgia?
Which one are you?
Sorry, I'm singing in this. Is it Heroes Con in North Carolina or Georgia?
North Carolina. Or no, it's in Georgia. I'm sorry.
Georgia?
Yeah.
Because North Carolina came up.
I think it's in. Maybe it is in North Carolina.
Yeah, I got North Carolina. Did you say Charlotte?
I thought it was Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, that's North Carolina. Yes, that's even closer. That's even closer. Yeah. Heroes coming. Heroes coming. Hold on, let me bring this up. Yeah. Goodbye, Dirty Toys. Yeah, that's the name of my band. I'm the singer in this band.
You're the singer?
Yeah, I'm the singer.
I couldn't tell because your hair's crazy.
Yeah. That's me right there, being all crazy. That's my guitar player, Eddie. That's my brother.
Okay,
yes.
Your guitar player, I love his hat.
Yes.
Except you guys are also going to need hats to compensate.
No. The hat, trust me, the fucking hat is the fifth member of the band.
I believe it.
Every time if you don't bring the hat, if you don't bring the hat, if you don't bring the hat, everybody's like, "Where's the hat? Where's the hat?" We actually incorporated the hat into the logo now. So yeah, and you know,
if you guys are smart, you would take that hat and you would send it in the audience for like dollar bills, like while you're playing, and like have it come back.
That's a good idea. Well, we do that at the after show. We let people touch it and rub it, and we charge people just to take pictures with the hat. Yeah. If you look at the bass drum on the drums, I don't know if you can see it though. It's kind of hard. That's the logo right there, and you can see that's Eddie. That's Eddie's skull in the middle with two girls. Like it was supposed to look like a trucker's drum flap.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
with
so
the girls,
with the girls on the side, and then it's got it's got a skull of Eddie, and it's got his hat right there, and it says "Dirty Toys" at the bottom.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's trust me, that hat is That hat is the biggest diva in the band.
And how long has that hat been around?
That hat been around. I think that hat killed Nazis. No, that hat's it's with the band. The minute he wore it the first time on stage. I've been with Eddie now 15, 16 years now. Like I met Eddie before I met my current wife. So that's how long.
That hat is 16 years old and he's been wearing it.
Yeah. That hat has sweated.
That hat's been dry cleaned or like cleaned. I
don't think so. Don't touch the hat. That's why I tell people don't touch the hat. They're like, why? Why? I'm like, syphilis. Don't touch the hat. That hat has seen things. That hat has seen things.
STDs, lice, herpes, crabs. I don't know what that is.
Look at Eddie's pants. Eddie gets his pants custom made. From some lady. Some lady saw us. She liked us. She liked the hat. And she goes, I make custom made pants and stuff like that. And every time he plays now, all his pants are all custom made now from.
His pants look pretty tight. I like his pants. They're They're good
for
stage.
So the funny part is that when I first met Eddie, he was still in the Air Force, right? He was still in the Air Force. So we would go out, do a show, play till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And then Eddie would have to go home and wash all the nail polish off because he had to report to duty the next day. So he's like, he always needed a certain time to get home. And because it would always take him 45 minutes.
Acetane off of his fingers, I'm sure.
Take the mascara off, take all the nail. He used to do like black, red. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit. So you have to go home and take all this shit off and then, put his uniform to defend our country from losers like us. But yeah, that's my man, Eddie. Kevin's on the drums. Kevin's a local guy from. Yeah. But that hat's been around the world, man. He got it in Japan, actually, when he was in the Air Force. He got it in Japan. The hat. Yeah, so he brought it over. We started playing shows. We opened up, I think, for I forgot who we opened up for, some big man, and he wore the hat, and everybody went nuts. And then next time we played, it was like, should I bring the hat? So now it's like, yeah, bring the hat. Bring that. So we were messing around doing music videos here at the house. I was practicing, filming them and everything. I was like, Eddie, you got to bring the hat because we're doing a music video. He's like, oh, so you got to bring the hat and everything. But
all right.
Yeah, man, that hat's been around for a while. All right, let me bring up. The band is called Dirty Toys, and we're going to look at.
And the hat, can I just suggest one thing for the hat?
Go ahead.
I think a nice LED strip, going around the rim a couple times.
I think the LED will burn the hat.
Have you done that yet? For the...
No. I'm not even allowed near the hat. I just do it for sanitary reasons. Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna stick to that hat. It's been the shine you see on it is not from plastic or leather. No. It's got its own ecosystem going on. So,
have you ever felt compelled that you guys need to add like something to your own like personas to make up for like his accessory? Like you feel you need to have your own accessories, that are identifiable with you?
You didn't see my mic stand?
No.
You didn't see my mic stand? I got a whole crazy mic stand. You can see it behind me. Oh, it's all the way back there. But yeah, I got a crazy ass mic stand.
Okay. Is it like Steven Tyler's mic stand?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something like that. The stuff I have on there is stuff that's been given to me.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So I got a shawl. Some girl gave me that's got skulls and shit on it. Whatever. I've gotten the American flag. It was just straight up mic stand when I first started. So people will give me stuff and everything. And then I've gotten a Canadian bandana. I got a USA bandana. Some stuff that should be thrown out. They've gotten thrown out. I'm saying stuff I don't tell people. That was like, yeah. I was like, thank you. Come again. You got to be polite. You know what I'm saying? People give you stuff. I can't be like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. You got to be polite and shit like that because then they're going to be like, yo, that guy from the band is a dick. Don't book him anymore. You know what I'm saying? So you always got to be nice. And, people come to see music. And then the people who do actually come to see you, you still got to be nice, even though you don't like them. Unfortunately, there's been times, trust me, there's been times. I'm pretty sure you as a cosplayer, as an artist, people bugging you and stuff like that. And, when you're like, yo, I need my space. Or I'm working right now. I'm not here to hang out with you. I'm actually here to work, Like I'll be singing so the band broke up. We took a break because of COVID. We got back together. We got a new guy. We did our first show. And a lot of people hasn't seen us in maybe about a year. And people were coming up to us while we're performing. Hey man, how you been? I'm like, bro, I'm like fucking like literally singing. I'm like
in the
singing.
middle of performing, yeah.
And I'll be like, how you been? And then all of a sudden I'm like, I literally have to say in between lyrics, yo, bro, I'll talk to you later. And they walk away like, yeah, he's a dick, man. I'm like, the fuck, bro? I'm literally singing Green Day. Do you have the time? Sorry, listen. Hey, Scotty, how you been? What's up, brother? No, that's Green Day in the background. Yeah, it's my band. All right, let me go back to the song. Listen to me. I mean, that's what you want me to do. I'm like,
did you knuckle punch at least or anything?
No, I'm not a fighter. I choose not to fight.
I mean, just give him a high five, like, hey, dude, like, I'm like.
I tried it. Yeah, trust me. Trust me, you roll with it. You roll with it. I mean, I've seen nasty stuff. I've seen people like, try to talk to me and stuff like that and everything. But it's just like, read the room, man. Read the room. What I really can't stand is when people come up to you and it's like we're rocking, we're playing. Hey, man, you know that song? I mean, we're playing and some guy's yelling, you know that song?
Oh, God.
And finally somebody in my band goes, what song? I'm like, fuck. I'm like, why you onto them? And the guy's like, that song. And we're playing. We're playing while this guy's doing all this in front of us, And he goes, hey, man, they won't play my song. They probably don't know it. I'm like, no, we don't. But, all right, let me bring up. I got distracted. You got me talking about my band. You distracted me. Anytime I talk about my band, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll talk about my band. I'll make a 4,000 hours of watch time just talking to them about my band. That's a whole nother podcast right there with the stories. I want to share just with the band life. Get some of my musician friends on. All right. Present. Share screen.
What's the craziest thing that happened to you when you were in the band?
There's been some raunchy stuff I've seen happen. But so there's this local place called Captain Ron's here in Norfolk, Virginia. So where the band plays, it's a stage area. It's a dance floor. You know what I'm saying? Where there's no real stage. So we're up against the stage. So there's a pole in the middle. It's a support pole. Of course, that pole became the mandatory stripper pole for everybody. Yeah. One time, this lady was on there. You know, we at the beginning. So when you start playing a 3-hour night, when you start playing around 7 or 8 p.m., you have all the happy hour leftovers who've been drinking since 4 p.m. Right? So the minute you start playing, these guys are tanked already, and they're usually the older crowd. You know what I'm saying? They're usually the older crowd, retired, you know, no teeth. But so there was one, so they're on that pole, and she's doing the whole thing.
God.
Yeah. And we just started. So I'm like this. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're drinking toys. We're gonna have a good old time. You know what I'm saying? You guys ready to rock? You know, I'm doing all that stuff and everything. And she's doing the whole, we start jamming. We start jamming and stuff like that. Yo, she spun around so much that she fucking flew off the pole. Like she let go. Boom, face first. Bloody nose, everything.
Oh,
and I'm like, hey, we need a cleanup over here. We need a cleanup over here. That same lady became stalker because that whole night she was like, where's the singer? Where's the singer? And you always get the crazy old bats. You know what I'm saying? Like the crazy ones that have been drinking since 4 p.m. And they're like, where's the singer? I got dirty toys for him. So there's been a lot of stuff. There's been fights and stuff like that and everything. And you know, but that's like known to happen at this place called Captain Ron's. We fucking love it. We love that place. We love playing there because the joke is what happens at Captain Ron's stays at Captain Ron's. So that's a little secret I told everybody right there. But,
that's the secret you told everyone that you don't keep.
So we're looking at Heroes Convention, right? Is this the one? America's favorite convention?
Yes, this is it.
All right.
You found it.
Heroes Convention was founded in 1982 by Shelton Drum, owner of Charlotte's Heroes Aren't Hard to Find comic shop. Since then, the atmosphere where fans can mingle directly with professionals and exhibitors, boasting an incredible guest list built mainly on reputation and goodwill. HeroesCon is known for nationwide, a must on the summer schedule, drawing fans, exhibitioners, and creators from every region of the country, from Arizona and Charlotte conventions to the Charlotte Convention Center. America's favorite comic convention, Heroes Convention, June 20th to the 22nd. How much are tickets?
I don't know. I haven't bought my ticket yet. $75, I think.
$75. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. 3-day advanced pants.
3-day, yeah. $75.
35, 2-day, 150 for 3-day. Yeah. I gotta. Yeah. So this is, I think, 6-7 hour drive for me.
Is it?
Yeah. New York is a 6-7 hour drive, so that's no problem driving down south. That's awesome. You were like Georgia. I'm like,
I get confused.
That's fine. I thought Razor got confused. I was like, damn, I can't. I don't want. I mean, I flew to see Razor. I don't want to drive 10 hours to see Razor.
And then I also have an extra room at the hotel that's connected to it too. So
this is a legit comic book thing. This is like a lot of comic. The GalaxyCon I'm going to is a broad catches everything. Oh yeah, puppy, you got to go out. All right. Remember Miss Diva? No, she went. Come here. Come here. Say hello. Well, shoot, I got to take her in a minute. HeroesCon June 20th to 22nd. We got exhibitors in the news, featured guest list. Chris, oh man, yeah, this is hardcore comic book stuff right here. John Romita Jr., Jim Starlin.
region.
Yeah, this is. God, look at all those people going to be there. Oh, they got all the names here to be announced. To be announced. Amy Ballinger, Chuck Brown. I don't see Madam. I don't see Madam there.
Stop it.
I haven't seen Madam. I ain't fucking driving all the way to Charlotte if I don't see Madam on the freaking.
I'm going. I'll let you know when I make my plane tickets.
You know, I don't like the Southerners, so I don't want to go all the way down south. And Madam's not going to be there. I'll go see Razor if he shows up. Yeah, fuck yeah. Razor goes down, you goes down. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And I'm saying, like, I have, like, I double booked a hotel room, so I had, like, an extra.
Nice.
So I have an extra, like, on the waiting for me. So
very cool. Yeah, man, this looks interesting. I gotta look this up. I didn't even know about this. I know Razor mentioned it to me. But I thought it was in Georgia also.
Sorry, honey. Sorry, I messed it up.
Hipster. Are they doing press passes? Should I apply for a press pass? Let me see.
I think they are doing press passes too.
In the news, feature guest list, any artists and exhibitors, tickets, after our events. Oh, after our events. Hey, give me a second. Let me go let this dog out. I'll be right back.
Here you go. Is there anybody out there right now? I think there's one person out there, right? Who's out there? Talk to me. Heroes Con Friday night drinking draw for Team Cul-de-Sac Friday, June 20th, 2025, Western Charlotte Grand Ballroom. Oh, benefit the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's. Good for them.
Proceeds benefit the Michael J. Foundation for Parkinson's research. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
A drink and draw charity.
I'm all for it.
Nice. Oh, look, they got something for you. Watch artists create PC. You're not even doing this.
No.
This is a missed opportunity for you.
Probably, I know.
Nah. Go and have fun. Sometimes it's good just to go and have fun. Like even when I travel places.
I really, honestly, I just want to go like meet everybody and just hang out. You know?
I heard that. Sometimes it's like sometimes I go and I just like, man, it's like I just want to have fun. I don't want to like film stuff. I'm like, oh, you didn't film that? I'm like, no, I just wanted to enjoy it through my own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And your donation.
Yeah, and when you're filming, you don't do that.
You don't
enjoy it.
You don't. And then everybody's like, how come you didn't film that thing? I'm like, because I was looking over there and nobody told me about the other thing. So it was hard to find. Yeah. This is pretty freaking cool. Yeah.
And the room I have reserved is at the Westin, which is connected to the Heroes Convention.
Awesome. Let me see. Let me tell my friend Google. Okay, Google. Chesapeake, Virginia to Charlotte, Virginia. From Chesapeake to Charlotte County is. That can't be right.
What?
No, it said Charlotte. No, it says Charlotte County, not Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, Google. Chesapeake, Virginia to Charlotte, North Carolina. It is 5 hours and 11 minutes. Oh, that's not bad.
Wow, I think my flight might be even shorter.
That's not bad. So that's and what days it is? You said the 20th to the 22nd. It said, hold on, home.
Yeah, but I'm going to try to get there on Thursday, I think, and leave on Monday.
Why is it showing me Mary Jane Watson? Go back to the page with the information. There you go. 20th. There it is. 20th to the 22nd. So that would be in June. I think I got another con in June. I gotta check the dates. You know what happens? You sign up and you get the press pass, and then if you don't go, they won't give it to you again.
Oh,
you know,
really?
Yeah, some of them are strict. I covered. We did Raleigh last year. Raleigh was just like, hey man, We need to see you promoting the video before the con. We need to, every time you do something, you got to tag us. And then they sent us an email afterwards. Hope everybody enjoyed the con. I want to see the videos for you YouTubers. Yeah. They want to see, they want links. And it's like a homework assignment.
Yeah, way to work for them. Where's your paycheck?
Well, I mean, they're giving you your VIP pass for 3 days for 2 people. You know what I'm saying? That's about $600. I mean, you better film something for them. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So can you imagine? Look, imagine 75 right there for the 20th and the 22nd, and the person don't show up, and they're like, we could have given this shit to somebody else, or we could have sold their ticket. So June 20th is Friday. Yeah, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. June 20th. Okay. And it starts at what time?
Early.
Are you one of the guys that go first thing in the morning, or you wait like a little bit later to a con?
This is the first time I'm going, and I'm going to be staying with a couple roommates. And I just know I'm an early bird, so I'm always up early. You know, so I'm sure I'll be early, you know.
Same here.
Yeah.
Definitely got to check this out. I got to start planning for this now. Yeah, this is all legit, like comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you know is going to be there? Do you know anybody that's definitely going to be there already? Or
everybody. Lady Fantastic, Christina Payne, and I are going to be there. I know Legion of Comics is going to be there. I mean, I just know a ton of people that are going.
That's cool.
We're doing the Comics Cure Cancer booth there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it's the place to be.
I think it is. I missed out on it last year, and I was a little regretful. You know?
Yeah, don't you hate that?
So I'm kind of happy I get to go this year.
My dad passed away last year, and there was a convention the weekend right before he passed away, and I couldn't go, and I was so pissed. And my dad passed away the next day, and everybody's texting me, "Where are you? Where are you?" And I'm like, just ignoring everybody. And everybody's like, "Where are you? Come on, man. Stop being a pussy. Come hang out." You know what I'm saying? And I'm all like this. I was like, yeah, man, no convention for me this year. And I was so excited to go. It was local. You know what I'm saying? But my fucking dad had to ruin everything. Fucking guy. Nah. I miss you, old man. I miss him. But
I'm sorry about the loss.
No, it happened. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, thank you. I mean, it did happen. I was on good terms with my pops.
That's why good terms of losing people. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. See, I was on good terms with my dad, so that's why I always joke around, because even to the last moment, to the last breath. You know what I'm saying? I miss him to death. I worked with my dad for, I would say, maybe 14 years of my life. I worked with my dad.
Wow.
And not only did I work with my dad, I was stuck in traffic with my dad, an hour each day and 2 hours every day going home.
Well, what is the time you gave him to be with you?
Exactly. So I know my dad. I know Peter, the painter who ran the business for many years, who's a different person than my dad. I always say, for those who ever worked with a parent would understand, I always say this. I say, I have the best father in the world. You can't touch my dad. My dad is the best dad in the world. But my dad is the biggest son of a bitch for a boss you'll ever have, But he was, God bless him, I was lucky enough to go home, and my dad was able to shut off work.
That's
what I'm saying? Yeah. I would get home, and we always had to have family dinner. So I would get home, and then my dad would be like, "Hey, you ought to go. Can you go get me some bread?" And I'm still thinking that's my boss. And in my head, I'm like, fuck you, old man. I'm going to take this business over one day. One day I'm going to kick your fucking ass, old man. Sure, Pop. Italian bread? Which bread do you want? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, my dad, I was blessed where my dad were. And I came in all the way to the end, man. I mean, my pop, and I miss him. I'm not like, oh, I didn't have time. I didn't get my closure. I've been blessed. A lot of people lose people and they never get to say what they want to say. Even to the last day, my dad was touching my hands going, "Why your hands are so soft? Do you do any work?" Even to the day he passed away. So he was always busting my chops to the last minute. But I tell you this, though. This is crazy to say this. And my family members know. My brother and his wife and my niece came to visit from Texas. You know what I'm saying? My dad passed away the next day. I think my dad saw all of us there. My brother and I were fixing his new bed. And I think my dad saw all of us there and finally was like, yeah, I can let go and shit like that. Because it was just crazy. It was just crazy. I told my brother I was going to go to the con with my brother and my niece. I was like, come on, let's go to the convention. Then we'll come hang out with dad and mom at their house and shit like that. But that day of the convention, my dad passed away and shit like that. But my brother was in town. So we were like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And going back into symbolisms and stuff, it's like I started reading, what cardinals are come to visit you. That means cardinals are loved, departed ones that are coming by to visit you and stuff like that. In Greek tradition, they say that the spirit, before it goes to heaven, the spirit travels around the world. It revisits everywhere he's lived his life. So we grew up in New York. We grew up in Tennessee. We grew up, so we kept saying, oh, dad's in, we would see a symbol like in the backyard. And all of a sudden, all these canaries came out. Red, beautiful, not canary, cardinals. My bad, cardinals. I said canaries, cardinals. Male cardinals, monsters, just all tweeting and singing. I'm like, look, dad's visiting us. Right after the wedding, my cousin went back to New York and he was taking the subway with his nieces. And his nieces was like, they used to call my dad Papa Peter. His name was Peter. So they just call him Papa Peter. Look, it's Papa Peter. It's Papa Peter. Somebody had graffitied in the subway train, Peter. So it was just out of all the subway carts in the world, that's the one they got onto, and it said Peter in graffiti. So like, oh look, Peter's in the So I was lucky. And I tell people this story. My dad's brother had gotten Parkinson's at the end also. He's still alive, my uncle in Greece. But the last thing my dad said to me, he was all upset. And I'm like, man, he's upset because he knows, my dad knows it's his end. My dad knows, he can't move, that this is the end for him. That's why he's sad. And my dad said to me, no, the reason why I'm sad is I can't do anything for my brother. Even at his last moment, my dad was still thinking about somebody else. I'm all like, I'm going to miss you. This is not fair. I was trying to be tough. And I told him I'm going to take care of mom and, and everybody else. And I have a younger sister and an older brother. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, and I made sure, I told him that, mom will always have a home with us and, whatever, et cetera, all the hallmark moments and shit like that. But when my dad said that to me, my dad was like, I'm going to do just the way he said it. Yorgo, I feel so sad. I'm like, why, Pop? My brother, I feel sad. I can't do nothing for my brother. And I was like, this motherfucker. And I said this for my eulogy. I said this at the funeral. I said, at the last moment in my dad's life, I was being selfish because I was going to lose him. And at his last moment, my dad was being selfless, thinking about somebody else. And I said to my family members, this is the Peter that I know. And this is the Peter you should all remember. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like everything that my dad taught us and shit like that. Yeah. So I told him, I was like, oh, my dad's my hero. The guy the guy left a fucking little island. At the age of 18 years old, he left a freaking little island, didn't know English, didn't know nothing, became a merchant marine, went around the world for 2 years, and then jumped ship. He was an illegal alien here in America until he married somebody for his paperwork.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And then he married my mom so she can get her status. So.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's
you got to respect. Yeah. And I'll be honest. Go ahead.
I said that's a story worth writing down, I think. Have you thought about doing that?
I'm going to be the first one to tell you right now before somebody steals my idea. You heard of the TV show This Is Us?
Yes.
Okay. Well, This Is Us is about a family, and it goes the family, like it shows them in the past. For those who don't know, it shows them in the past when they were young. It shows them how they are now, and it shows them how they are old. It shows them throughout generations. My concept of the plan is, so there's 4 stories going on. There's a story of a lady going on in Colombia, a young lady going on in Colombia. There's a story of a young man going on in Greece, in an island in the 1940s. There's a young story of a lady going on in Colombia in the 1960s. There's a story of a young boy going on in Queens, New York in 1980s. And there's a story of a girl going on in Arizona in the 1980s. And then you find out at the end, that's my wife. And those were my parents. And that's how we all met. So it's 4 different stories going on. And then you realize at the end of season 1 or the book, you realize, holy shit, they're all the same family. These 4 stories, one going on in Greece, one going on in Colombia, New York City, Arizona. And then you're going to realize, hell, I told my wife, man, my wife is camera shy. I told her, you can even just come on here and talk and people don't have to see you.
Yeah.
My wife's story alone, is a fucking blockbuster. What happened at the hospital alone is just a whole freaking story alone. Yeah. With the court case and everything. Yeah, we always joke around. We have this, we always say that what I say, Sandra Bullock will play her. Sandra Bullock will play her. And she's like, well, who's gonna play you? And I was like, I'll play myself. Thank you very much.
George Clooney. You say George Clooney. That's what you say.
Oh, the joke used to be Dave Grohl when I had longer hair. The joke from Foo Fighters, that was a joke and stuff like that. It was like, then I was like, Sandra Bullock's gonna be in it. I'll play George Colorado as himself. Yeah, as himself. So. But we think about it. But the one thing I never have done, I can't just sit there and just write. I can sit there and that's why I need a ghostwriter. I mean, I could sit and tell you the whole story, but for me to sit there and write it on my own, it doesn't come out. It doesn't come out.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But with that being said, now I gotta go start planning for June. Hey, I want to thank you, man. I had a blast.
Me too, man. Thanks.
Yeah, this is the first time you're on here. Look at this.
I know, huh? I had no idea this was even like a thing, or you like hung out during the day sometimes, or whatever.
I know. All those West Coasters are gonna hate us that we're hanging out all early and shit. Look at them motherfuckers all bullshitting while everybody's working. Yeah, I got to go my work now too. I work from home, so I get to do my own damn schedule.
Me too.
But
well, thank you, George, for having me on and for chatting me up for a while and taking care of a couple hours of my time, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, you should have been busy working doing those commissions. Hey, stick around for afterwards. I want to talk to you for a second. So, Hey, you're watching the 757 Hustle Show. My name is George. I want to thank Madam for hanging out with us today on. I always like saying the date, so I remember when I go to edit what day it was. March 24th, 2025. Check her out on Instagram. Once this uploads, I'll drop her link in the description so you can check her out. And supposedly she's going to be at HeroesCon, North Carolina, Charlotte. Early promotion. Maybe hopefully we'll be on to celebrate her birthday. And then we'll be there in North Carolina also. So, and I'm going to need you maybe this weekend as I'm talking live, so I can have somebody to report back to. Hey, we're here. Blah blah blah.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I want to thank everybody who jumped on the comments earlier. Thank you for who was here before and blah 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 blah. And we'll see you soon. Peace.